Hey everybody, Jabman025 here. Today I'm taking a look at my 6th real grade kit, the Gundam Astray red frame. I basically picked this kit up when they announced a real grade red frame. I was like, well, how the heck do you do a red frame kit when the real grade inner frame? I don't see how that works. So I was curious, decided to pick it up. Here's how it works. They take the real grade frame, they build even a little bit more than they had back when I built the RX-78, i.e. there's even more put together on this thing. You basically take the whole leg, feet, ankles, the whole 9 yards off, and it's already pre-colored in that red and white. And yes, certain points of this frame will peek through, on the arms, on the chest, a little bit on the legs. But the only drawback is this is a little simple for a real grade kit. Once more, this seems very familiar to anyone who's built a master grade, especially on these legs. Outside of the frame, which obviously is already built for you, putting the legs together is shockingly reminiscent of the master grade. I'd say at certain points it was verbatim, piece for piece. It was a mini master grade. And I understand there's going to be similarities from one to the other, but cold hard copy? One difference, however, is the waist. It has a weird, variable waist hip. Instead of sliding from side to side, it slides up, so you can get, a more forward look. It's neat, but I don't think you'll ever use it. Posability, plenty of movement out of the legs, big bend down to the knee. Obviously, there's very little skirt armor, so it hampers it in virtually no way right now. I'll show you what I mean about that. Real grade hands. On all my master grade kits, I had to paint the fingers white. Here, it's done for you. Kind of. If you want to be 100% accurate, the bottom or the underside of the fingers should still be red. I'm griping. What do you want to do? Decent bend out of the elbow. Nothing particularly awesome about it. And you can see different parts of that frame, like that white section there, peeking through here and there. They give you extra hands, trigger fingers, and open style hands. If you want to be 100% accurate, those you got to paint, but quite frankly, you don't need them. The real grade hands function just fine, holding everything. Put the shoulders on. The shoulders are different. The way it connects in there, there's kind of a free-floating piece in there. It's just there to make it look nice, serves no function. And then the shoulders go over the top of it, so there is some difference there. And they do actually manage, on a lot of the master grade kits, those little red dots on top of the chest are stickers. Not here. Shoulders are a tad loose, but nothing bad. Posability, excellent. Big bend of the shoulder, up, down, angles, no real problems whatsoever. The shoulders are a little big and bulky, but they don't really hamper in any way. Granted, I do have the head off in this case, but adding it doesn't really affect that much. And speaking of the head, here you go. Again, shockingly reminiscent of the master grade, just how similar the build is, the way things get put together. The backpack, fairly simple, plug and connect. The beam Saber's connection is on the back has a bit of a problem, which I'll talk about in a bit. And now for the accessories. Beam rifle, pretty basic. I was shocked there was no color change on this one, plain old gray. Shield, pretty much the exact same as the strike shield, just a color swap. Shockingly, I know. But let's face it, everyone wants the sword. You get the blade in chrome, and they still give you the crappy gold for everything else. Bandai, come on, you just came up with this really cool new gold for the Yakushiki, and you can't give us at least a decent gold? So I repainted it. Just simple, brilliant gold. Nothing fancy. Did have to go back over after I saw this video and realized, oop, I missed a part. But decals. Decals. Lots and lots of decals. Again, real grade kit, shocking, I know. These decals are particularly difficult in spots because they have lots of two-part decals, i.e. there's a top part and there's a bottom part, and putting them together makes a certain symbol like they're on the shoulders. If you don't line them up perfectly, like I did on the left-hand side, it doesn't look quite right. If you do line them up perfectly, right on the right-hand side, it still looks a little off, but looks a lot better. So you got to be very, very, very careful with these decals. They're cut well, but they're still kind of difficult. Again, the silver parts, different colors, metallics. They got metallic reds on this one, on the back of the thighs, and on different parts of the arms. And again, you get the alternating colors of red. I did get an action base for this kit, red, for obvious reasons. Put them up there, lots of different poses. It has a ridiculously strong connection. How strong? That strong. No problem whatsoever. It's a sliding connection, so it doesn't really snap on. To get it off, you gotta slide it off again. Now, holding all the accessories. Like I said, those real grade hands work just fine. It'll hold the gun without a problem. It'll hold the shield without a problem. It has that connection into the forearm. You can use the different hands they give you for that, but no rule says you have to, and it still stands up fine without them. Getting them in the air, lots more poses, and yes, I'm a real stickler for poses. What can I say? Beam saber, again, you have the separate beam saber for the blade and the one for the backpack. So you have to take one off and take the beam saber blade and put it into the hand. They're two different handles. The issue I found is the connection with the beam saber isn't very good in the back, so it will pop off a lot. The sword, similar problem, i.e. it fits on there, but not great. Even in the air, it fits on there, but not great. If you want it to fit in perfectly, legs have to be all the way down, fully connected. And when the action base, that ain't happening. Will it still hold on there? Sure. But it's not great. But still, lots of neat poses. Have them flying through the air, getting ready to slice something. That's primarily, or one of the reasons I got this kit, is I wanted the air pose. I wanted him to get ready to slice something. And on a Master Grade holding that sword up in the air, he's going to be really freaking tall. And I really have the space for that. I don't have any space at all. Anyway, looks good. Really well designed kit. Final thoughts on this kit. I'm going to give this a thumbs up, but it just barely got one, folks. I was expecting something really neat, and a really different build, and I didn't get it. I basically got a miniaturized Gundam Red Frame Master Grade with a few details tweaked, and some really good decals that were really difficult to put on. That's pretty much it. If you already have the Master Grade Red Frame, I would say pass on this. If you don't, and you really like 1/144th and you really like real grade kits, yeah, go for it. Pick it up. But if you've built the Master Grade Red Frame, whether it's the Kai or the limited edition one, you built it. But still, gets a thumbs up from me. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it informative. If you got any questions, ask them. I will answer them as best as I can. And I will see you guys next time. Oh, and one more thing. I wonder. Cool.